Folks, David here on the Vintage Future once again, and today I want to do an initial impression video on these jeans. This is a pair of Freenote Cloth Belford jeans. It's one of their straight fits in the 14.5 ounce Kaihara fabric. It's raw denim, it's selvage denim. You can see the selvage ID here, and yeah, raw denim. So I want to give you an initial impression. I've done a lot less of the unboxing and initial impression videos as time has gone on because, you know, contrary to when I started my channel, I've now realized that your initial impressions are usually different from how you see the product 6 months down the road. Often the way you see something initially is incorrect, actually. Something you thought doesn't fit actually ends up fitting great. Something you thought fits great, fits terribly. Some fabric that you were excited about, you don't like so much after it's worn in a bit, or vice versa. So there's just not really a ton you can know without trying a product. And so I don't want to make any big statements of conclusion here. What I want to do with this and some other products, especially ones that change a lot from the time that they're new to the time that they're like 6 months old, is I just want to give you a snapshot up front to kind of document what they're like when they're new and talk about some of the basic features, because that's the next best thing you have to going into a store. Often we're buying these things online. There might be some good quality product photos, but that's still not as good as being able to handle it and feel it and look at it and examine it in a store and try it on. And so the next best thing to that is me just kind of showing you and commenting on what I see as a way of trying to help you kind of get your bearings on, do I want to buy this or do I not? You know, it's going to look a lot different than on the website. So let's jump in with these jeans, and hopefully there's some more of these videos on other products coming out pretty soon here. So as I said, this is from Freenote Cloth. They're based out of San Juan Capistrano, California. Their thing is they always manufacture in the United States, usually at a factory or several factories in the LA area in California, but some other places in the States as well. If you want more information about them, I did an interview with Andrew Broderick, who is one of the two brothers, him and Matt, who started Freenote Cloth several years back, and I think they're knocking the ball out of the park. I'm a huge fan. I wear a lot of their t-shirts and other shirting, but this is the first pair of denim that I have got, and one of the reasons for that is up until relatively recently they only had, you know, a lot of tapered fits and, you know, western cuts and stuff like that. But this is the Belford. The Belford is their straight cut, their classic vintage straight cut. The Trabuco is pretty similar, but the rise on the Belford's a little bit higher, and I like a high rise, and the leg opening is a bit bigger at the bottom, which I also like. It's funny because this is like roughly an 8-inch leg opening, and I think it's like roughly 12 inches here, and it actually feels a little slim to me. Never thought that would happen, but I like it so far. So we're going to see how they break in, how they wear in, how they stretch in the waist and stuff a little bit. But this is the 14.5 ounce Kaihara fabric, and it's 100% cotton, as I said, made in the USA, but the fabric, this comes from Japan. So it comes from a shuttle loom mill in Japan. This is one of their standard denims. They use this on a lot of their different cuts. You know, you can often find this across the board in their, you know, Avila, Portola, the Wilkes, Trabuco. You know, so it's not something that they only give you in the Belford. So this is one of their, I don't know that it's proprietary. I'm not sure about that. I would have to ask. But it's one of their more common denims that they use. And it's the nice dark one. So the weft is going to be the regular white weft. The selvage ID, instead of being red like some other fabrics or orange or something or blue, it's like a kind of a yellowish brown color, almost an olive. So hopefully you can see that there, the selvage ID. Yeah, but it's a nice, granted it's starched, you know, but it's a nice like crunchy, crisp, pretty tight weave. It's not like an Oni secret denim where, you know, it's 21 ounces, but it feels like half that because it's just so loose. It's a pretty tight weave, and like I said, it's pretty dark. So I'm not sure, but I think this would be promising if you like high contrast fades, or if you just like dark denim, which is actually probably how I'm going to use this initially, just as a I have my beater pair of denim, my sugarcane 1947s. Those are the ones I wear if I'm going to get dirty and muddy. This, for a while at least, is going to be my more dressy pair. Like I'm going out on a date and I just want some nice jeans that are dark. I'm probably going to wear these, you know, until they start to fade a bit. But you can wash these more often and avoid the high contrast fades and get just this nice dark jean. So let's look at the pockets. So the arcuate here, there's nothing like crazy. No crazy design, you know, it's pretty simple, but it's not quite strictly utilitarian either. It's not just this like boring rectangular pocket. It's like a big pocket that you can fit a lot in. Here's my Ashland leather Tony the Ant wallet. You know, so just showing you how this fits. See that? Plenty of extra room, you know. So if you have like an iPhone Plus or, you know, a small booklet that you carry around, like field notes some guys carry, or like a big wallet like the Ashland leather Fat Herbie, highly recommend Ashland leather. You know, all that's going to fit in here really nicely. As you can see, here's where that ends. The top of that's right there. So that's nice, but it's not too deep where you're like fishing. Like, where did that thing go, you know? I like that kind of thing. I'm not sure how these will work yet, but a bigger pocket's nice because when you sit down, you don't sit with your cheekbone, your butt cheekbone, like right on the wallet. The wallet often tends to slide to the side, and so you can sort of sit without it being like right under you. Anyways, a nice big back pockets. One cool thing about Freenote is they've got their 5 or 6 different cuts of jeans. As I said, the Portola, the Avila, the Rios, all that, the Belford. And each cut has a different pocket, actually. The pocket design and shape is a little different. So this is unique to the Belford. Pretty cool. As you can see, it's reinforced with rivets. This is just the standard 5 pocket, you know, 2 in the back, coin pocket here, you know, front pocket here, another front pocket here. Nice and deep. Here's how deep my hands go in, you know, right to the wrist. And it's pretty roomy. You know, it's not going to be hard to get my hands in there. Nice button features, a nice copper look. Again, very, very Americana, very, very Americana. Brave Star, as I said, looks very similar. A lot of these kinds of things. Granted, these are unique to Freenote, the Freenote emblem and some of these here. I just think it's a really great look. And it's going to be exciting to see how these wear in because they usually use like real material. So they won't use fake bone on a Western snap button. They'll use real bone or real turquoise usually. And so this, I haven't asked, I can check, but I'm pretty sure this is real copper. And so I would think this would patina really nicely and age really well. Got a little bar tack here on the outseam. Same with this, a little bar tacking going on. As far as the belt loops, you got 1 in the back, in the center, and then 2 here, and on the front again, 2 here. So pretty standard there. I don't love that, but we'll see how it goes because they're pretty close. What I mean is often you get this thing where your belt goes through and then the pants like tend to sag like this, and the part where the belt loop is up and the pants sag until they get to here. But they place this one on either side actually relatively close to where the one in the center rear is, as opposed to putting it like, you know, over here or something. So that's actually really nice. Another thing is I often use these kinds of things to put my keys on, you know, and that means that the placement of this side belt loop is really important to me because not often, but sometimes on a pair of jeans or chinos, this will be placed kind of near the pocket here. So that means my keys hang there and it obstructs me being able to get my hand in the pocket, especially if it has like side pockets like on a chino or Freenote's deck pants. So kind of keeping it out of the way of the back pocket, but also out of the way of the front pocket. That's a subtle difference that to me actually makes this all the more functional. So I kind of like that location, but we'll see how things go as time goes on. I might change my mind later. Leather patch, as you see on a lot of things. And let's look at the inside a little bit. So if you want to know how deep the coin pocket is, this is the size of the coin pocket right there. It's kind of hard to make it straight, but you get the idea. Let's see, if I put my fingers in, I mean, it goes all the way to here. So it's like this deep, you know, pretty deep, and wide too. It goes the whole width of this pocket from here to here, and you can see the reinforced edges there with the rivets, which means it's going to be easy to get stuff in and out of that. Some coin pockets are pretty much just for looks because they're so freaking small that you put something in there and then to get it out, you feel like an idiot because you're like, yeah, just give me a second. You're like fishing around. This is big, but not too big, so you can put stuff in there and get it out back easily again. I like that. And hidden features, which is what I love about a lot of these niche brands, is they have a salvage ID right inside that coin pocket, which a lot of us don't like it when the salvage ID is overused and hyped, where they're like decorating everything with salvage ID everywhere. And so this is a way to kind of please the guys that like the salvage ID, but without making it this like big feature, you know, where it's like all over the place. And you're like, whoa, dude, chill with the salvage ID. It's like all over the place. I just wanted some jeans, you know. So that's good. Stitching looks pretty straight overall, you know. You look at all the stitching here, which to me isn't a huge deal. I bring it up in my reviews and unboxings and stuff though, because I know it matters to some people, and what I'm trying to do is give you an accurate representation of what you can expect. That way you can make a decision on your own, and if you like that kind of thing, you can say, oh, those aren't for me, it's not quite clean enough. Or if you don't care, then at least you know. But I want you to go into it with eyes wide open, which is why I mention it, rather than trying to cast like a bad light on the product. I just want you to have all the information. Another thing to note is, like, look how big these belt loops are. I mean, that's huge. I haven't measured it, but I think you could get like a solid 2-inch, maybe a 2.5-inch belt through there. And so plenty for that. More on the inside, the pocket bags are this very nice straw-colored, gold, wheat-colored material. It's very soft, and pretty thick. It's got like kind of a herringbone pattern on it, which I really like. I wear a size 30. I tried these on, and I do like it. It's got a pretty generous top block, but it's not going to be like super relaxed. So if you want it to be super relaxed, you know, you should probably go up like one size. So my waist is like 31.5 inches, which I haven't measured this specific pair, but on the sizing chart it said that size 30 should be like 31.5 inches. And so it fits me good, like a glove, not tight or anything. But if you wanted like a little more roomy fit, maybe just size up one size and then obviously wear a belt. But these are high rise, so they're gonna sit up near your belly button somewhere. You can sag them if you want. Sometimes I do that, but they're really comfortable either way, with plenty of room in the seat for when you like have to sit down or you start like, you know, walking upstairs or a ladder or something. So yeah, and then a nice straight leg fit. Let's look a little bit more on the inside. So a little bit more of the weft there, sizing tag there, size 30. And then here's their stitch work on the button slots. And, you know, it covers the buttons for you right here. One thing I noticed on a lot of jeans, and these are no exception, is the first time, or actually first few times you button and unbutton these, it's a huge pain. Like the buttons don't want to go in the holes and they don't want to come out of the holes. And so you could just wear them until that stops, or some guys take, you know, something round like the handle of a spoon or something, they stick it inside and kind of ream it out a little bit, stretch it. I usually just wear them. So yeah, I mean, if I said anything else about these, it'd probably be excessive, so I'm just going to stop here. But that's a good initial impression for you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it helped. If you have any questions for me specifically about these jeans or Freenote, feel free to reach out, and I'll try to make sure and give, you know, some updates as the months go by and try to give you a realistic impression of how these things are and what I think of them overall as I wear them. So until next time, thanks for watching. And always let your boots, let your denim, let whatever you have, whatever you do, take you to places more important than the things themselves. Have a great day.